Welcome to episode 18 of NYUKI podcast. We are your hosts,
Uh,
Spani and Tio. How are you, Uncle?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am doing great. Can't complain.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Yeah, such a beautiful day today here instead of Colorado.
Yes. I don't know why we're doing Yuki inside today. We should have done it outside.
That's a very good question. But we have to find a good spot on the outside to do that.
Yeah, hopefully. So, yeah, man. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some hater gonna hate.
Are you having fun?
Oh, I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm having a blast, Uncle Chi.
That's that's the intention, right?
Oh yes, that's what NYUKI is.
Having
Mm.
fun
Having fun
and talking
and talking
stuff.
and pissing people's feelings off.
Man. Well, hopefully they don't take it in a bad way. Whoever got their feeling hurt.
Mm.
Nikki is here for the community.
Yeah, the truth hurt. No
Yeah.
one will want to hear the truth, but
Yeah, do you think we're doing enough truth or we're just yapping?
I think we are on the right track.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're on the right track.
hopefully, man. I mean, regardless, though, I'm having a lot of fun.
Me too.
Yeah, so this month of June,
Yes.
and the month that's coming, the end of June and the month that's coming, a lot of African countries are celebrating their independence.
Independence.
That's what they say.
Okay.
They're celebrating their independence. So
Yeah, I think the next 3 months, June to like August,
yeah,
they are usually. That's funny though.
yeah. Sorry. Let's see what independence means
Mm.
and see if are we going to talk about Africa in general or just certain countries.
Um, we can talk about the vast majority of Africa are colonized or gained their independence in the 1960 within this next 3 months, June, July, August.
Mm.
That's to me is just I don't know if that's a coincidence or that's just normal.
Yeah, Muzungu was like, you know what? I'll let you guys have it these few days. Like, I'll make I'll make you think that you're independent, and I will just control you behind doors.
Which they still do unto these days.
Yeah, because independent one means not dependent,
We are still dependent.
not subject to control by others,
We are still subject to control by others.
self-governing,
No, we are not.
not affiliated with a larger controlling unit.
Yes, we are.
So you say that we are dependent. Who are we dependent on?
The West.
Who's the West? We have to be specific. Who's the West? Because
The West. So when we say the West, people need to understand the world powerful country, the most developed world, the United States, the European Union, you name it, all those big power. Those are the one we refer to them as the West because it's just not one country. It's all those superpower that run the world. Who run the world?
So why are we dependent on those big players when in reality what comes out of Africa is more than what goes in?
Yes. Well, and I think
So are we dependent on those big big players, or they're depending on us?
That's a very good question. I think they are not depending on us because they are forcing their way. So they are taking everything from us by force.
Is it by force though?
Yes, it is, because they tend to put people that fit their interests
Mm-hmm.
in power.
So let's say right now in Congo, you're saying the person that's there as a president is only there because he's benefiting the big players.
Yes.
Um,
Why did they murder Patrice Emery Lumumba in the first place?
did not just have they turned his tooth?
Well, it's about to, they say, within the next 2 or 3 months.
Mm.
They were planning to do it this year, but I don't think it's happening this year. It's gonna be next year.
Isn't that crazy though? How like they have done all this crime,
And no one charged that person, and he's still living. He's in Belgium there.
and they're also the one that set up the international court.
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
I'm telling you, that's what I said. All those superpower are controlling us. So where's the international court in this to kind of go after this person? Say you kill Patrice Emery Lumumba and you have possession of his last remaining. We're going to arrest you and judge you for a crime against humanity.
How are you going to tell a judge to judge himself and sentence himself or convict himself?
That's the sad thing, because we don't have that power and support from our continent. Is not at a place where we can dictate or we can call a shot in what goes on in major decisions.
And the funny part too, like an example, like Lumumba. No, not Lumumba. When Mobutu was exiled or was trying to, when Joseph Kabila, the father, was trying to, overthrow him. It's funny that many countries were involved.
Oh yeah, and
isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's funny because that's what I say. As long if you fit or you are serving the interests of the West, you will be in power for however you want.
So you're saying that anybody and every president in African countries, they're only there because the Western...
They're serving the West.
Okay.
Yes.
So...
Do you know how long Sassou been in power in Brazzaville?
How long?
42 years now.
So should we focus on how long somebody have been in power, or should we focus on what they have done?
We should focus on that. What makes you think you have to be in power for 42 years?
Why not? What if I'm doing a good job?
What makes you think that there's not somebody else that can handle the job, that can do the job better than you?
Wait, if we both are in the best interest of our country, I won't mind you doing the good job.
Is it that become some type of dictatorship?
No. What if the people that country define democracy as in one term 40 years?
Okay,
that's democracy, right?
So let's put it this way: you play sport, right?
No.
Yes, you play sport.
Yes.
In sport, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of sport, right? And why can that be also part of politics? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
No, wait. If I win, why should I come out?
What happened?
Yeah? Like, is it 90 minutes in soccer?
Yeah.
Why can I play that 90 minutes?
Interesting.
Why do I have to come out, coach? And
maybe you are tired. Maybe you get hurt and all these things. You become
I
old.
get hurt. Yes,
you become old.
I become old.
You want more young people to take over.
And what makes you sure that young people are capable of doing that job?
Well, we never give the youth or young people a responsibility um to something to do so that we can judge them based on that. We just point a finger, we just judge.
On that.
Well, we okay. Let me ask you this: toward the world of politics, except with Kabila, who got in power at age of 28.
Oh, and there's also actually there's a the youngest president is
In Africa right now?
oh no. In Sierra Leone, the this guy became a president at 25.
Wow, what am I doing with my life?
His name was Valentin Essegragbo Melvin Stresser.
Did they took it by power? Military coup d'etat or?
Yes.
Of course. Maybe
But-
that's what need to happen.
But wait, what about your boy in Kabila?
When
Hey, how long was that guy on
23.
23 years?
Yeah.
On the
He got into power at age of
And-
28 and he just got out when he was 50 years old.
wow.
He decided to step down.
Wow. But isn't that interesting how he's still alive?
He played good card though. I think he's good at what
Yeah.
he does, but I applaud him for that.
For staying alive.
He's the first Congolese president
That's still alive.
that's still alive and walked away from power in the history. All of our presidents have been assassinated, killed, ousted.
Isn't it funny how like somehow they just die?
It really is. They can't stand to.
Like my we have had all the presidents have been alive except the one that was assassinated in 1993. But they happen to be alive. They die of sickness. But yeah. So let's I feel like this is the beginning of the African independent. We're not talking about marriage today.
Nah, I don't think we are going to have the African independence movement. It's not, because this is what I see. The African diaspora, we are
Weak.
weak.
We
We
I
are
knew you were
weak.
gonna say that.
We are divided, and we are not well organized. Because think about it, the number of Africans who are living outside of continent. Okay, let's just take the West, Europe, United States, and some
Yeah.
of those countries. If we all comes together, put an association together for all those who are involved, don't you think we will have some type of influence, powerful influence and organization where we can run for office, run for some of those powerful office in the land and make some impact?
Idealistic. That's true and is a very good thing.
But we never try it.
No. Okay. Let's say, for instance, right now you set up but it's going to be. Don't you? Even if that happen, don't you think it's going to be different with the people that you're going to meet back home?
Yeah, it's gonna be different in a lot of ways, but I think if we have an organization that look out for the common good of all African, like which we say the diaspora, we have elected official representative in, let's say, in at the UN who represent the African diaspora. Maybe at least 2 or 3 or 4 of those people in there. That can change something.
The reason why I'm saying that, for instance, most of the countries in Africa, they have been through militia, where
Which the West pay for it.
oh, true, we know that. So let's say those people that been fighting civil war and they've been in forest, whatever you want to call it, and then they happen to take power, and then you been chilling in the West for getting all type education, all kind of privileges that come with you living here, and then you go there like, oh, I'm here to better my people. I have the best interest for my people. Those people that spend those years in the forest, they're gonna look at you crazy. Like, I fight for this country.
No, Uncle Chi, that's really a good point you point out. But I think as African, okay, and the one that we are living in the in the West, anytime we decide to go back to our home country to help, we have to change the way we approach things. We are not going there to save our people, but we are going there to add and to bring a one plus to them. We are going to bring like a support system to kind of help them reach to that next level. Because most of the time, people is thinking like, oh, if I started doing, business or investing back home, it's like I'm becoming a savior. Because that's where
No,
it get conflicted.
I'm only everything I'm doing or have done in my country. 90% is for my best interest. No, I'm not
least
gonna
you're
lie
honest.
to you.
No,
Like,
at least you're
it's
honest.
like,
Yes,
one is the best place to
it could be
invest.
your best interest, Uncle Chi, but you also have to think about the people who are in ground, people that are
Of
there as
course,
well.
yes.
Because that's where it became tricky. And when we start going back, try to invest, let's not go try to take away job and resource away for income for those people who are in ground on the ground over there. Let's go find a way to empower them to better what they are doing to get to that um better position to continue to do much better.
The life there and here is very different, and I feel like and you see it. We have talked about this when culture shocked. You get here, you get culture shocked, and then you're trying to adapt the culture here,
Yeah.
and then you spend a lot of time into it, and then by the time you get back, you realize it's not the same anymore. It's like you have to catch up with them too.
Yeah.
So when you go there trying to impact or empower them, one thing you will realize you whatever you resources, whatever mindset you have is the one you got back from where you spend most of your time. So, and then when you're trying to talk to them like you in the West, then they won't understand you. And most of the time is they will laugh at us like, oh, you have forgot your culture, you have, all those things, and they won't trust you.
Yep, that's the reality, and that's all those are challenges, that obstacles that we have to overcome it. By overcoming all those obstacles, you will need to build trust. You need to build a way for those people to trust you, and that's what I say. When we decide to go back, let's not just go back to say, I want you to, like, we are not impose. You don't have to impose. You have to be able to meet people and be able to understand what causing this, why they are doing this thing this way, why they are doing that way, why didn't you guys do this way? And that dialogue, that conversation, it will help it will help break those barriers, and you will become easily trusted by those people because they feel like you guys started now finding a common ground to kind of understand each other on that level, and people will like and will want to work with you more if you end up doing take those steps.
So talk to them, understand them.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a story where somebody went to a country and the person took shoes to help people, and of course he gave them the shoes, and then later on he came back and there were no shoes no more, and he asked, oh, what did the shoes cost? And people were like, oh, we sold them because to buy food.
But if you teach them
So no, so it was more like, oh, I'm going to help them. They need shoes, but if you would have talked to them, they would have told you that, hey, we actually hungry. That's their first priority. We wanna eat.
And by that money that person spent on shoes could have brought more equipment to help them cultivate and build farm to where they can harvest and bring more food.
But why do we do that though? Why do we feel like the need of taking something there or helping when we have everything there? You know, like why can't we do or use the things we already have? Why all the time? Like, and we also even most of our listeners going to relate to this. We spend money back home most of the time. Does that mean we don't have money there?
We do, but the money there is only run within a few. Only the few have control of the money, that have the money in the position, the elite class. Not every African person get to be in part of that elite class, part of that bourgeoisie, and that's why it's hurting our people. That the everyday citizen cannot survive with, because those few people are the one holding on all those cash and all those money.
So me and you agree that Africa is not independent, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's get back to that. Why isn't Africa independent?
Well, with all the problem we are having today in Africa, it's mainly come from the West, highly involved, um, and with the implication. Because okay, let's talk about the scramble of Africa. Okay, because that's where everything started. The scramble of Africa, the Berlin Conference. For those of you that took African, I believe American history, not the American history, the world history. I believe it's on world history. The scramble of Africa, where all the powerful country have a conference. They call it the Berlin Conference. You have all the big players: the United States, France, Germany, Russia. I don't think Russia was. Russia wasn't there at that time. Russia wasn't there. Germany, Belgium, UK. All those big power. They divided the continent of Africa. This one say, I take this part of Africa, take this country, that country, and that one say, I'm going to occupy this and this and that and that. And that's what happened. We have the King Leopold massacre in the Congo.
Yeah.
You know, and if you look at it, because those are the result of that, all those powerful countries that I've named have their country that they control. And with United States being the world most powerful country in the world, with their military size, with the economic power and all these things, they tend to call all the shot.
So what if somebody were like, you know what, we're just playing the blame game?
In what way?
You know, like you conservative sound like you have to take responsibility.
Well,
you have in your hand, you know. What if somebody were to say that to Africans and African countries?
Great question. We don't have it in our hand, Uncle Chi. Okay, because
he only works in America.
Yes, those.
You conservative are funny.
You got me to say yes. Well, because Uncle Chi, when my conservative value, when I'm Africa and United States, it's two different places. So we cannot.
So I'll give you an example. When in Burundi, during the election, one of the candidate was talking to people and was like, poverty is a mindset.
I believe so.
In Africa, poverty is a mindset.
In Africa, no, it's a reality.
No, the candidate was like, "Oh, poverty is a mindset."
Well, did that candidate came from the West?
No.
You was there, you grew up there, you went to school there. But at least his parents were at least.
No, I mean he's a candidate, which means
he has money.
Yeah,
He has easiest way to some of the world best healthcare system if he gets sick or one of his relatives gets sick. But not every African has that.
Yeah, no, this topic is very interesting. What about?
Well, okay, because the reason why I keep insisting that Africa is not independent because now the West have created a way to control Africa. Do you know that Africa, with all of our money, is made in Europe? How are we independent if our money is coming
what
from
if
them?
it was more like of collaboration instead of?
Why
I can collaborate with you. That doesn't mean.
Why can we put those manufacturers in our African Africa continent and every country to put more people in work and be printing that money for the federal bank of whichever country?
I mean, I can still do that as the West and like, oh, you know what? Let me plant one of the plantation there, and then you guys can hire your people. But to make sure the upper management will be my people, I can still do that.
Why can they do that? At least they can give more youth or more people.
But is that encouraging people to be independent? Just to give them jobs.
That's where our African leaders have failed so much. They have the one that's supposed to, because Uncle Chi, when we all know when you go to discuss business, you have to make sure your interest is represented, right? Before you sign the paper.
Of course.
But if you watch, most of the time, the Africans or the African leaders, their interests are not represented.
Yeah.
Why is that every African president, when they get into power, they have to take a flight to make the first trip to Paris, or they have to make the trip here at the US? Why is that?
I don't know. To me, with the master.
When was the last time you see those presidents making trip back home?
Nah, I never. Well, Magufuli never came here.
But at least he could have sent some of his representatives.
He never came. He never sent anybody here.
But that's what I'm saying. And what happened to him?
He got sick.
He got sick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he got sick.
Yeah.
No, just say they poisoned him. They killed him.
He got sick. He had a heart problem. Anyway.
Before he was a president, he wasn't sick.
He was. So, man, this is... Because it's like whatever we want to touch is not enough.
No, go ahead.
Because you mentioned something when I mentioned the youngest president in Africa, how he took power through military coup d'etat.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? Or the people did not vote for him? Is that a bad thing?
I don't know how I feel about coup d'etat.
Okay, let's say people didn't vote for you and then you become a president. Like what's happening right now? What is that country? Mali? Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit different, Uncle Chi, because regardless, for a certain president, this is a tough one. For certain people or certain president, I think they need a coup d'etat. They need to get out. Like Sassou in Brazil, 42 years in power. Please, come on, somebody need to
coup d'etat him.
Yeah, ousted him out of power. Okay.
So we agreed that you can take power through military and then.
But they're always financed by the West. No one take power in African country without having full support of the West.
What if you still had that support about doing a good job?
No, they will find a way. They always find a way.
I'll give you an example. Okay. Thomas Sankara.
Yeah, they killed him. His best friend.
Yeah. Prior to that, he took his power through coup. And he has done
a tremendous job
than anybody that will ever step
foot in that country.
Yes.
And what happened when his best friend came and killed him and his other comrade, and we all know the history how the country went to
Or
completely.
isn't the guy too now?
He changed his nationality.
And they looking for him now too?
Yeah, they just arrested his younger brother.
What's
In
the younger
Europe.
brother has anything to do with it?
Because his younger brother was his right hand
Wait,
man
he changed his nationality to what?
to Ivory Coast.
So they cannot arrest him, or they're still looking for him?
They're still looking for him because the Ivory Coast government doesn't want to give him up, so they give him the citizenship so that you man.
You know, the fun fact. When you know what's funny? You know this is it Ghanaian? Oh no, Nigerian president that just died.
Which one? Oh, the old one?
Like the white hair dude.
Yeah.
You know, he was one of the people that helped overthrow Sankara too.
Mm-hmm. That Sankara's thing, it wasn't just Blaise Compaoré was used. It was the West was highly involved. Because think about it, Uncle Chi. That's why I say we are not independent in our continent. The West put people in place that they can use. They collaborate with other countries around the country to kind of execute their plans. Because think about it. If you have an army, you are protecting your territory, where are all those people coming from? They have to come from somebody have to give them a pass to enter your country. And
Of
those are your
course,
neighboring country.
Yeah.
You see? So they are working with all those countries to make sure that happens. So it wasn't just that his best friend got like, oh man, this person is doing well, because he wasn't a prime minister or a vice president at that time.
Yeah. There are many factors why Africa is not independent.
We are not, because look, we depend on everything. Look, the fire that happened, I believe in Goma, or
yes.
who we are reaching out to the West to send in the Red Cross, the humanitarian head, and all these things.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. What is the annual salary or monthly salary for Congo president?
For who, Kabila or Felix?
Either. The one on the paper, the one they say that this is how much.
The one on the paper for Kabila, recently it was published that he was getting about 56,000 a month.
That's like the most paid.
Yeah, that was why it was kind of reported.
A month?
Yeah. No, they actually tried to boost it to like close to 100 million or something like that. Yes.
That's like the most paid president. Man, I need to become a president of Congo, man. Bro. That's where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the jobs we should be looking for. No. You wanna hear another factor why we still colonized?
Yeah.
Me and you right now, we are speaking English in the foreign country, criticizing our motherland.
We have to.
But we are using a foreign language.
So do you want us to speak
our own mother, the mother tongue? And then on top of that, we are criticizing our motherland using a foreign language. That's how deep it is, man.
It's okay.
You know another one? Me and you, when our kids grow up, we're not going to send them to school back home.
Or we are living here. Unless we go back.
All those presidents are living there. They're sending their kids here.
Oh, man.
It's funny. You see how colonized we are, my friend.
I'm telling you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is crazy.
Well, South Africa is one of the developed African country.
Yeah, it is, because they let the Muzungu stay there for longer.
So you agree with Mugabe?
Yes.
When he told Mandela, like, you're a weak man.
Yes, I agree. Oh yeah.
So would you want the South Africa or the Zimbabwe of today?
I'll take the Zimbabwe of today because I believe that we have to build our own country. We have to start everything from guns up, and we have to write our own story.
But like why I think people like Mugabe are like fake revolutionaries.
Or fake?
Oh yeah.
How?
He overthrew Muzungu, but then you go on and oppress your own people again.
That's another way to stay in power.
No, but when it comes to money, I believe there's enough money.
No, that
Like all the money he was spending, living lavish with his family, like he could have done a lot with it.
Yeah. That's the sad part about it.
That's why they become
a
fake revolutionaries.
With those, I blame the people around them, the advisor, the people they put to help them execute the program and all this.
But I feel like they're all in it because if that person on top, because in every countries, the president is somebody like the front.
Yeah.
Everybody behind him, they're doing their worst. So it's like, look, I'm able to send my kids wherever I want to send them. I'm able to do this and this and this and that. Why I don't like the blame is gonna go to the front guy anyway.
Yeah, that's just sadly, but the idea, because most of those revolutionary like Mugabe, that when
he's not revolutionary.
No, hold on. When they started, they had this idea, but once they got it, and with lack of people to keep and to check, because a lack of check and balances, they feel like, oh, I can get away with this, right? Okay, I can, and they start losing track. What was their vision? Because no one was there to check them and be like, no, you are messing up. Go back to your vision. So that's what I feel like. And when they start living those life and no one ever checked them, and they just got into that for good.
You're a man of no integrity.
Well, Uncle T, we can say that because regardless whether you have an idea or you have this great idea and you don't have a good team of advisor to advise you, to help you execute those ideas, you won't do anything.
Should somebody, before you overthrow somebody, the idea is we want to become independent and
do better.
Give a liberty to our people, liberalize our people.
Yeah, in their mind.
Prior.
In their mind.
You need an advisor to remind you why you got in power in the first place? Or you just a greedy person?
Not to remind you why you got into the power in the first place, but to help you execute.
So what changed? What changes? Because you're trying to tell me those, when you guys were fighting, those people around you are not the same when you get into power?
Men changes. People changes, Uncle Chi.
Is it money?
Money changes.
Is it power?
Power, yeah. Influencing. Because that's what I said. People can have all this idea until when they finally get it.
Yeah. And I don't think money will change me, though.
It's the money. Well, money
and power
does.
Won't change me.
And power does, because, Uncle, put it this way. You have never committed a crime and get away with it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it happened and you got away with it. Do you know how sweet is that no one come after you?
It is good. Okay.
And guess what? Tomorrow you want to do the same thing. Oh, no one check me. The next day, week, month, you keep repeating that same thing without anybody checking you.
But no, I understand that. What I'm trying to say, for instance, you were in the forest, you fighting the whatever, and you overthrew a country, the president or a government. Mm-hmm. You had $0 on your name.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in power. All of a sudden, after a few years, you have $500 million.
Yeah, who give them the money?
No. Okay, so no, let's say that there's not, getting that money is not. I don't care about that. That's like getting. That's not. That's like for you to have $500 million. What are you gonna do with it?
What they gonna do with
You
it?
cannot build your country with some. Honestly, realistically, there's nothing wrong when you're in those positions. You can steal and still build your country.
Yeah, but for most time,
You can be like, you know what, 5%.
Uncle T, you know why is that every African president or every rich person or bourgeoisie person in Africa they don't put their money in the country? They put in the Swift bank. Why is that?
Because Swiss Bank has very what is it called? It make it easier. The regulations are very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't say it, but I was about to mention somebody, and I want to go back home, so never mind.
Oh yes, make sure you cut that part out.
No, they won't know who it is. I won't mention it.
But you know, to me, it's just sad that there's these things that leaders they have allowed people to be and corrupt and all these things because they are afraid because maybe that person helped them get to where they are today, and if the person is doing something they don't want to check that person because of the deal they've signed or why they've talked about it, all those things.
You
It's
know,
just result to that.
there was an agreement between some. I'm speaking for my country, some presidents, and then one of them was like, you know what, and then he was like, was signed can be unsigned.
True. We just saw that too, even with our recent president and with what they did in Europe. But my thing is
Greediness.
greediness, and when African president or leader they say that for the people, they are never there for the people. They are there to serve the interests of the wealthy, the West, and their own greediness.
You know, the only way, even us that live here, if we want to make an impact, is if we all take everything and move back and just live there, just like everybody else.
They won't even allow us to stay there.
No, they will. Right now, you can get a parcel for a few $1,000s.
Yes, that's by itself, but thinking about moving the whole number of people just
Of
all at
course.
once.
Yeah, ask Marcus Garvey. The Black Star. But no, honestly, but if we really care about making an impact, we have to move back home. All of us. And like we're gonna kill each other there.
Well, that's gonna be hard.
No?
Yes, because Uncle, you put it this way: if you and I are going to move back, right? We have the Western education, right?
Yeah.
We have and we speak great English, right? We can write. We know technology and all these things,
Yeah.
right? And most of those people back there, they don't have all those material that I just named for them to be able to be on the same level or compete with us for when it comes to job qualification.
Then we take over.
You know, if we are going there to build a manufacturer, build something that they can come and work for us, that's at least.
Why do they have to work for you? I thought you wanted to revolutionize your people.
No, I'm just saying if we have to go back, we have to go back with some money, with an idea, because we are not just going to stay there and add more number
burden to the government.
Not to the government, but to the everyday people that have tried to survive day by day.
You know how here they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's how most people get jobs.
But at least here, even
no. I'm saying,
okay,
yeah,
I agree with that.
Back home is worse.
It
you
is
have
worse.
to be at like in China. If you're not in the Communist Party, you cannot really succeed. Most countries are like that too. Back home,
and that's why we cannot just go back like that.
No, we have to. We have
Oh,
to.
well,
we have to kill each other in there.
You go do that first. I love my
Me?
life. Yeah.
Oh, see, then you have to give up your life if you want better for your country and your kids.
Sadly, the answer to that, I'm not Jesus Christ. So
You made Jesus Christ die for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be the Black Messiah.
Yes, I'm. Wait. Look. All I'm saying, that's what it would take.
Are you going to be the
That's
Black
what
Messiah?
it would take to be a Black Messiah.
What?
But then it would take for you to
You are not the first
to crucify yourself.
You
it's
won't
okay.
be the first
the
one.
more of us that die, the better the generation to come.
How many Patrice
prosper.
Lumumba die? How many
Only
Thomas
one.
Sankara? How many?
Only one.
Kwame,
Only one.
Kwame
Only one.
For,
you see how weak the generation after them and our generation are so weak. Is like, look, man.
Because they took out all the leaders that could have prepared this generation.
We have to keep dying.
Oh, you can keep dying.
No, we have to keep dying. If one die and then we'll stop, then
okay,
okay.
You go
they
first.
fight for nothing. You know, the only
first.
You know, even though some like these statues that people are destroying now here in the US,
yeah,
you know, most of them are racist. But you see, like many people deny. You see, like our countries, like these people we're mentioning. They give us like wise words to say. That's the only thing they left.
Well, Uncle Chi,
and
our people. The difference is between our people and the people here destroying all these statues is that they have a social welfare. They have a way that the government can take care of them. They have all those systems that can help a decent citizenship, unemployment, healthcare.
Yeah.
But in Africa, our citizens do not have that. Do not have those social services or those welfare systems.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Imagine, like, okay, Social Security. Reagan is the one that started.
We still have everything on the paper.
How long ago Reagan was a president? How many presidents have come after him?
Uncle Chi, but that's why we're still using everything on the paper. There's nothing. There's nothing. You can enter, you can access anything online for Africa. Everything is on the paper.
Listen,
a lot of archive have in paper. And that's when you see every time there's a new coup d'etat, they have to burn down everything, to burn all those old public records so that there's not a trace of anything. But here in the West, everything is numbered. Whether your computer is blow up today, you can put it up from the main drive, somewhere.
I get it.
And those are the things that is affecting.
So how do we become independent, bro?
How do we become independent? Well, we need a revolution, not to bear arm, not
that one I disagree with, continue.
Not to bear arm, but we need a revolution of new educator, of new mindset people, and that's why I've been a big advocate of Africans. Let's try to educate ourselves as much as we can, because one day there's going to come a time when the trumpet will sound, our country will call us, we need our help. Because think about it, Uncle Chi. You work for college admission, right? With your knowledge, right?
I'm not in the current political party back home, so they won't care.
No. I'm not putting you into that. But I say with your knowledge, okay? And think about if there's tens of you or 10,000 of you in that field, right? And we go back home. Let's say that because I will become independent, we go back home, we use what we learn here, and we build something that will better our continent. That is why it all starts with education.
You know what I think?
Go ahead.
I have 3 things.
Get weapon, kill them, and take over.
No, get the weapons and kill them is one.
Are you going to buy the weapon?
No, all those guys have to die.
But tell me, do you know any African country that sell a gun?
No. All those guys, like the current, most of them have to die.
That old generation need to be round up and put them on public execution.
They have to die first.
No, they
That's
have to.
They have to die. All of them have to die. We need fresh
whole-
ideas. Second, we have to have a limit on age.
You can run for office.
Yes. If you 70 something, bro, just go change your diapers.
They need to enforce the time of retirement.
Yes. As a
And
president, you cannot be like our boy here, like 70 something and running a country. Of course, that guy is not interested of me being 20 something, you know.
Yeah, and we need to limit the number of presidential term.
No, that honestly, that's not an issue, bro.
It is.
That's not an issue.
And we need to also to limit that a president cannot
I'm actually
force or pass a law.
kinda in favor of dictatorship.
No. Well, it depends because
I feel like when that happens and we take them out, the first years, which each country have to determine how long, just to focus on building the country.
in that case, I think that we need one continent with different prime ministers. One president of Africa with prime ministers.
Yeah, so we have to have and if you guys gonna do 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, if you're gonna do terms, that's your business. But make sure in those people, like they have to follow everything. Okay, this is how many years it will take to build the country. If we're gonna do 5 years and then you go, we have to build one left and continue. Or like, oh, it's 20 years. Okay, that's your business. But
you can do 20 years, man, because
no.
Generation evolve, new idea arise, and all
I
these things.
I think the most is 30 years.
That's why I say we need to limit it. Okay, look at the country we are living. Every 4 years, and look at them. Look at all those people that have been in power for 3 or 4 decades. What has changed?
Those Congress guys are there forever. They don't have a limit. They don't have a limit.
Okay, they're done. Okay, but
those are the most powerful people in this country.
At least they get voted in or out.
Oh, yeah, that's Trump said anyway.
That's what I'm saying. At least there's that possibility. People can vote them out, or people cannot vote them.
Yeah, no.
So that's what I'm saying. If we unite the whole continent and put one president at the head, the whole continent has to vote for that for those candidates, and then.
No, we have to vote for those people.
We have to. That's what I'm saying.
Like from the president to the least person in power, we have to vote for them. All of them.
That's what I'm saying. We need to vote for them. So there's going to be a president and 57 prime minister or state representative, and those they run each state and all the way. So if you are the prime minister of Burundi, you get to run all of those, but you get to answer that one person.
But isn't that trying to be like the West?
There's that check and balance. At least there's that check and balance.
Yeah. No, I get it. Oh, my third one is, I mean, I guess I agree with you with education, but those guys have to go first.
No, they have to.
That's the only way, honestly.
Because, Uncle Chi, put it this way. Me, I've said, with all those money that those people have, that you should talk about legacy.
Have you read Panama Papers?
Bro, do you know that every African country showed that things?
You know, Kabila's sister was in there?
Yeah.
You know, Messi was in there?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. They did not even allow any single media to talk about it.
You know, the first Liberia woman president was in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who's that? Kofi Annan, the guy that just died. You know, his son, his son's own companies was in there.
Bro, nearly every powerful person or country was on that thing.
It's crazy, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. If those people
remember the book you told me to read? I'm sorry, man. Now I'm fired up, even though we don't have enough time.
You know, it's okay. I said those African presidents or leaders, they've been talking about leaving a legacy. Me, I've said your people do not have water, electricity,
Mugabe,
healthcare,
Mugabe,
good education system.
How
With-
long
with
Mugabe
all
was
those-
in there? You know, I
For a
used to
long
admire that guy.
With all those money, Uncle T, with all those money, one person cannot put that $500,000. Say, how much is costing? Let me just build a power plant that can electrify the whole country. That's
No.
my legacy to leave to my people.
Look, those guys.
Or my
don't care,
legacy
man.
is I'm going to build road throughout my entire country to facilitate trade
Those
and
guys
commerce.
don't care. I'm able to send my kids to school and abroad. If I get sick, I can go to any hospital
Abroad.
Imagine you're a president of a country and
You get sick, they have to fly
you out.
fly
That's a
you out.
shame.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. But you know, this Africa thing, it's really interesting and it's really sad that we are talking about it on this day. And first of all, happy Independence Day to all the African country.
There's no such a thing in Africa.
And
But hey, let's celebrate.
happy pretender.
Yeah, let's
pretending to have Independence Day. The next one is on Wednesday. It's gonna be Congo, 1960 to hear about what 50.
That's
50,
funny.
54, 54, 55. If I'm good with my math, don't judge me. So
I won't do it.
to all the Congolese people, prosperity and all these things. But it's just, to me, I think maybe we shouldn't be celebrating the Independence
No, we
Day.
shouldn't.
Honestly, that's just,
We shouldn't.
I think, my opinion. We shouldn't, because it's more like we are reminding us that, we are, because we are not independent at all. We are not.
We are celebrating independence of our country in a foreign country. That's a sign. Speaking English, doing that too.
Lord have mercy on Africa.
Africa. But you know, before we close, I just want to make it clear I'm not anymore. I'm not gonna die for anybody.
Your black messiah give up. Woo!
Oh no, I gave up a long time ago. After you study those that left, and then you see how they
never
die.
come back.
They don't wait. They die, like they give up their life, and then they die, and really, man, it's sad. So I decided to give up on that, and I'm just gonna raise my family and
live the Western life.
yes. And yeah, I apologize, but that's the life I chose. At a few years or few months ago, I used to be like, in this. So it was like this. I was like, in 20 years, I'm gonna be at least gonna run for
Office.
in Burundi. And then that's when they had 5 years term. So, and then recently 2015, 2015, that's when they did the coup d'etat. After a few years later, I think 2018, 17, they changed the whole constitution. Now it's 7 years.
Next time it's gonna be 10.
So instead of saying, hey, in 20 years I'm at least gonna be a candidate, now they give me 24 years. No. Yeah.
7.
No. That's not 28 years. So yeah, I gave up. I won't be no, I'm serious, man. It's heartbreaking, and our people are very stubborn, man. I feel like, honestly, and what I saw that's happening during the Ugandan election.
Yeah.
How Bobby Wine gave up, I mean, we can say whatever, the West is using it, but like when somebody give up their life to fight for the better or good of people, and people just don't care, man, you wasting your time, honestly. I had to say that if you don't see me involved anymore.
Oh well. On to when God come back, I think that would be the best solution for Africa. When God come back and everything will start new.
But I'm sorry. I just, you know how like the Bible says that how Europe came and how Africa came in Middle East. You know Noah's sons. Remember when Noah got drunk and got naked?
Mm-hmm.
The son that saw him and went to tell the brother.
Yeah.
And then the son.
The brother that came from backward.
Yeah, those were the two brothers. Those were the two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that, so it was more like, you laughed at me in my nakedness kind of thing. And then Noah cursed him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when they went their own way,
Mm-hmm.
the one that was cursed is the one that went south.
So you're trying to say he was the one that went to Africa?
No, yeah, he's the one that went to Egypt. The people from him went to Egypt, Sudan,
so
Ethiopia.
To say that God cursed us?
No, he's funny. Wait, he didn't curse us. God never
we
cursed
come
anybody.
from a descendant of.
No, God never cursed anybody. The father cursed the guy.
So
God never cursed us.
The descendant of that.
We are the descendant of that guy.
Oh, okay.
Africa is the descendant. If you want to read it, you can read it if you want. Okay. If you want to argue with me.
Well, Uncle Chi just said we came from a descendant of bad luck. So thank you for reminding us about that.
No, I feel like our people are. No, I mean, look at our leaders. Those people are wicked.
I have a good story. You remember the biology teacher at Southern School, the one from India?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
The short guy.
The short guy. Yeah. You remember his story?
No.
About the when God put he was cooking. He said that God was cooking in the oven. He put 2 oven and one was, so he kind of forgot and he overcooked because he put same kind and overcooked one, and we were the one that
black one.
The black one.
I mean,
and the other one, because he got his food, he was full, and he thought, I forgot. Hey, take that one out.
It was too black already.
It was too black. So
I mean, is the other son? One son stayed in the Middle East. The other one went to East Europe, and then the other one went to South in Africa, which there's sun.
Man, South. Okay. Sounds good.
Anyway, bro, it was nice talking to you about independence.
Politics.
Oh, well, many people don't like they don't like politics on NYUKI.
That's the problem. We're going to talk about it. This is just the beginning. Oh, if you don't watch. Because I haven't heard people's feeling yet. I think we are just at the beginning.
Yeah. But I feel like our African leaders are wicked.
No, they are.
They
deserve
wicked.
To be hanged.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully they won't find the address.
No, they won't.
Maybe this is our part of Counter Revolution Africa. Maybe this is our part.
All right. Thank you. Are we done?
I think so.
Okay, this guy is so passionate about politics. Well, thank you for tuning in.
Peace.
And watching NYUKI. Hope you guys enjoy our video, our topic we are talking about it. And for those of you that are listening, we appreciate you guys and thank you so much. Have a good weekend. God bless all of you guys. Peace.
Peace.